Urban Dictionary describes subverting expectations as to behave contrary to an established belief or assumption for the purpose of being fresh and interesting, usually used in the arts when analyzing the reaction of an audience's performance or piece of writing. When it comes to cartoons, animes, or TV shows in general, few shows have subverted my expectations more than this little show right here. I'm Guapo Jim, and today we're going to be talking about Samurai Flamenco, one of the craziest animes you've never heard of, and why I think this show right here is a true hidden gem.
Before I talk about Samurai Flamenco, this is a super new channel. Mandem is on the come up, so if you like this video, I'm gonna need you to like this video, comment, subscribe, share, the whole deal. All support is super appreciated. Now, with that out of the way, let's begin.
So, for all of you that don't know, Samurai Flamenco is a 2013 anime. In a rare twist of tradition, it's one of the few productions that's actually an anime first and a manga second, with the first issue actually dropping a week after the first episode dropped. It's crazy, man. Like, they were kind of released together, so the show's very unique in that regard, you know? Basically, we follow the life of Masayoshi Hazama, a pretty boy model who's super idealistic, and he actually wants to become a real life superhero. So because he's been inspired by like comic books and things that he's read when he was a kid, my man makes his own costume and he takes to these streets trying to whoop ass and take names, but for justice. But there are no supervillains in his world, as in like they literally don't exist. So Hazama's efforts, he's laughed at every turn, and most of the time it's deserved. But consistency, my man sticks to it, and he ends up meeting Hidenori Goto, who's like a young cop on the force who becomes like the Watson to Hazama's Sherlock, if that makes sense. Goto's often there to provide practical advice, and he bails Hazama out of bare situations. He's his right hand man, you know?
As Hazama's superhero persona, Samurai Flamenco, which, pause, I don't care. Samurai Flamenco is the sickest name for a superhero ever. Better than any Marvel name, better than any DC name. And that's not me saying that I don't like those characters, but just in terms of names, Samurai Flamenco is the sickest name ever. But I digress. As Samurai Flamenco begins to gain a following and an audience, shit goes completely left when a mysterious figure known as From Beyond begins to unleash proper supernatural threats into the city. So from like crazy monsters to outlandish villains, shout out to Guillotine Gorilla and Gasoline Boy as being two of my favorites. Hazama's dream of being a superhero, it literally became a nightmare overnight. Faced with the harsh difficulties of his new responsibilities, Hazama now begins to really question what it means to be a hero, especially considering the fact that he's still human and he's fighting against proper supernatural threats now. Alongside Hazama and Hidenori, they later get joined by this international pop star trio. I know, you gotta go with me, you gotta roll with me, man. And between the five of them, the group of them become a legit superhero fighting team to help protect the city against the evils. Samurai Flamenco, it weaves together just timeless anime tropes, amazing action sequences, all types of sci-fi lore, a lot of different genres, but it does it in a way that, to me at least, feels super original and fresh. The show, it's always able to reinvent itself with each new twist or added plot detail, so it really creates an enjoyable watch. If you're a fan of eclectic superhero films and shows like I am, Cybersix is definitely up your alley. I actually made a video about that show before, and the link is in the description down below, so make sure to check it out. Overall, I was a massive fan of this show. Because it's only 22 episodes, it's a really easy show to binge and get into. However, despite its original run, the show itself was actually criticized for having poor animation. Critics actually pointed directly at episode 11 as being the worst animated of the entire series. Imagine if you were working on episode 11, or if you were just working on the show like in general, like, god damn.
Jesus Christ.
For me though, being a fan of the superhero genre, it felt like kind of a reinvention, a Japanese reinvention of like Kick-Ass, but with some Power Rangers sprinkled in there, except that concept was just way more, taken to 11. If you ever want to check this show out, you can find it now on Prime Video and on Crunchyroll. And again, if you check it out, you'll be able to see what I mean. Regardless, Samurai Flamenco, it was a really sick anime, just in the way that it was able to subvert my expectations, but in all of the best possible ways. I went into this show thinking, hey, this is gonna be your typical superhero parody, and again, only after 22 episodes, I was able to come out of this experience and be like, damn, like that was crazy. I just thought that you guys should know why it's a hidden gem, and if you ever do get a chance, please give it a watch. You won't be disappointed. Thank you if you've made it this far. If you're a fan of this type of content, I'm gonna need you to like, subscribe, and comment down below on what other shows were true hidden gems. Stay safe, and later days.